Orchid, it's going to be easier. But that just means Storm Spirit has to go for a defensive item.
This is going to
Again, they
be...
still lack the lockdown. They're going to depend on that Orchid from Abed. They're going to depend on him getting a fast Orchid to really lock down G Storm Spirit. And then, Storm Spirit just needs to get something to purge off the silence.
Well, if you're a Fnatic fan right now, you may be slightly concerned, and you probably have a good reason to be. Personally, John, I think the draft for Team Spirit looks a lot more solid. It looks a lot better in my opinion. I'm not sure how you feel. Like, which draft looks better to you?
I feel like Team Spirit can execute their draft better. I feel like as long as they play like they did in Game 2, it should be favoring Team Spirit. If they play like they did in Game 1, there's a very good chance for Fnatic to just simply outscale and outfarm them. But if they play like they did in Game 2, it's really going to go for Team Spirit. It really depends on how they play. Like, if they play to the strength of their draft, I'm going to say Team Spirit. If they don't play to the strength of this draft and they just let Envy farm up again and let Abed get all the items he needs to lock down at Storm Spirit, then it's going to be Fnatic's game. It's really up to it's Team Spirit's game to lose. Basically, if they don't play properly, it's not going to work their way. Like they're gonna be pushing late game again against the Spectre. It's going to be hard.
Well, obviously both teams really want to win this series. It would mean a hell of a lot in the tournament format, I believe. In fact, do we know what placing they get if they win this game? Because it's just so
Uh,
confusing. This damn...
I can check. I can check real quick.
Have a look
Uh,
for us.
this is a decider match, so I believe the loser gets eliminated.
In that case, there's a hell of a lot on the line. Have to see what both teams can do in this game, but again, Fnatic, they probably will start off on the back foot, and in fact, Eternal Envy getting very low at the start. They will secure 3 bounty runes for themselves, so side of Fnatic doing quite well in that respect. See what these lanes turn out to be. Universe up against the PL. Should be somewhat decent. PL not going to have the easiest time in the world to really take down these creeps with the Iron Shells, and especially if they put the DJ Sand King in conjunction with that again, so you're going to have the Iron Shell Burrow Strikes coming out. We saw how potent that was in Game 1, and well, if they can make that happen again, it could be pretty damn great for the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Sorry, I did disconnect there for a moment, so I just couldn't see anything.
No, fair enough. Well, we did have Insanity in the chat advising us that the loser will be ranked 7 to 9, so thank you very much for that. Mid lane as well. We do have G and Arbed against each other. Should be somewhat favourable to Arbed in the earlier stages until G hits that level 6 mark. That Shadow Strike is going to be very, very annoying for him. So Arbed will probably have a slightly better start. Just a bit... Oh, actually top lane. They are going to take down the DJ Sand King. In fact, no, he Burrow Strikes out just in time. The Oracle Heal will still be there to get him back up just a bit. Keeps him alive for the moment. Now they might even go on to Illidan right now. They do get Universe though. A bit of an overextension. Now DJ could be in trouble. Illidan does go for him. DJ is falling quite low, but FNG could not actually deal enough damage with the Purifying Flames. But more importantly, they do get the Universe Darkseer, and that's really all that matters. And in fact, Pylai Die finds the Skywrath Mage. He stole 20 strength with that decay. So Skywrath getting a bit too overly confident, not realizing that that's a lot of strength still that's coming on. And I believe you're still reconnecting, John.
Yeah, I'm having issues with the server.
That's fine. Just a classic Australian server. You look to Reddit right now, you'll see what we mean. It's things aren't going good for the Australian servers at this point. Top lane. Illidan. Able to still farm very well. That early kill would have helped quite a bit as well up against Universe. But FNG actually denies himself. Scared me for a bit. He did spend all his gold. Respawn in 20 seconds to get back into the lane. But without the FNG being there to help out Illidan, it can be slightly hard against Universe. And you can already see the last hits. Universe is at the top of the board. He probably will stay there at this stage. Well, Eternal Envy at the bot lane, copying a few Mystic Arcane Bolts. Highlight die. Back to the lane. Wants to try and man fight Phobos, but that is not a great fight to take, although he does have the decay up. With that decay, he's a lot more effective than he should be. Phobos, without that egg strength, is a lot lower on HP than he has to be, and Paladai just comes back in again.
Yeah, this is a very hard lane for Envy, mainly because he is a melee core going against the Axe, and, you know, DK Phobos decided to go for that Battle Hunger build this time, so it's really hard for Envy to just sustain here.
Oh, good, you're back. Top lane. They do get FNG at the top lane, but yeah, you managed to connect back into the game?
Yeah, it's still choppy as heck.
We'll deal with it. Illidan, top lane, in trouble as well. So after FNG, they might be able to find Illidan, but that was a nice runaway. Illidan, though, looks like he will end up dropping. Universe does not plan to let him go, and that's a nice pickup from him. And this is why they pick up that Darkseer. He's just such a good player on that hero.
Yeah, he definitely is, and he's been zoning out Illidan for quite a fair bit. He's not finding the farm he wants. Phantom Lancer is not as, you know, sad as Spectre when it lacks farm. At the same time, it's still not a good sign when your Phantom Lancer is not farming well.
No, definitely isn't. Especially because this draft does want to get online early, and actually, they do go into Universe and find the kill. FNG picks that one up with the Purifying Flames. It's a lot of damage that comes out of nowhere onto you. Meanwhile, bot lane, Paladai in a bit of trouble now. Phobos, the Skywrath will make the chase. The Arcane Bolts continuing to follow. Paladai, though, trying to delay this as long as he possibly can. But with that Battle Hunger, he will end up dropping. And now a pause comes out. FNG having a few issues with the monitor. So I'll just let him know not to throw any headphones at it. And it should be fine.
Yeah, that's the wrong team again, Mike.
I know it's the wrong team, John. I'm simply memeing at the moment.
Exactly, DJ. Exactly.
Man. He's doing a fantastic job on this Queen of Pain in the mid lane. He's 31 last hits to the 17 of the Storm Spirit. It's been a while since I've seen a mid lane lose that hard when they're 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, Storm Spirit just doesn't have a good time against Quap. Quap's just so much stronger in lane, can spam out her spells better, and, you know, from a safer distance as well. The Storm Spirit just does not have a good time, unfortunately enough.
Well, he's just trying to get to that level 6 mark, but Abed is already there. So once he does return to the lane, he still may have a few issues. Now Abed actually hitting level 7, so he's 2 full levels ahead of this Storm Spirit now. He actually does go for a gank onto G. He's not level 6 yet, and this could be really bad for the side of Spirit, and it is. The Sonic Wave goes through and finds the kill. They'll lose Paladai maybe. In fact, no, he's healing up for the time being, but he eventually goes down. Again, though, for the kill on the mid-storm, you're more than happy to give that Undying away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a worthwhile kill. Shutting down the Storm Spirit early. It's hard for a Storm to bounce back from bad laning phase. It takes quite a fair bit for him to come online from bad laning phase.
Illidan top lane. A nice duke out with the illusion. He actually baits them to Burrow Strike the wrong illusion, and well, Illidan actually gets away when he really shouldn't have. There was a bit of hesitation coming out from DJ. That was a very nice play. That should have been a kill on the PL. That would have been, I believe, the third one of the game had it been, but gets away from it.
Yeah, I mean, so far, the safe laners are doing fairly okay. Illidan's having a slightly better time. Envy, however, Envy's not doing too bad, all things considered. He has ground boots up, he's working on an Aquila, and his last hits aren't great, but it's not like he's doing as bad as in Game 1. Like, that Game 1 start was a bit rougher. This one's much better.
They're doing a pretty damn good job, needless to say. DJ, though, top lane, he's in a bit of trouble. Universe, be there to help out. They will try and chase him down. We haven't talked too much of the bot lane, but Eternal Envy does appear to be struggling. His net worth is relatively lower than the rest of the cores on the map. Looks like he's going to have a go at Phobos. And a TP straight away from the Axe. As soon as that Tombstone and the Decays came out, he really didn't want to engage at all. And he does get out. And this will create a bit of space for Envy to actually farm up on that spec.
Yeah, it definitely does create a little bit of space. You were mentioning that Envy's not having a good time. It's not a great time for the spec. It's still better than his game 1 on that Spectre. He's still finding some more items than he did then. I believe he actually didn't have boots for a long time in game 1, so it's going better. It's going better, and all things considered, if he keeps up this pace, he should get a decent Radiance timing.
Well, I'll tell you, John, the main thing I'm concerned about with Team Spirit, on the other hand, is the Storm Spirit. I mean, gee, he's level 6, he's almost level 7, but if you look at his itemization, he's got nothing. He's actually one of the lowest net worths right now at 2.1k. He's going to have no influence. I realize it's early, but at this rate, you look at Abed, he's level 9 now on the Queen of Pain, and his farm's going pretty damn good. He's at the top of the net worth. But more importantly, those levels are so high now that even if the Storm does go for a gank, and he's come back into the mid lane, but he's got to be careful about this. So I think Abed will make the jump for the kill. Or at the very least to just harass him out of the lane again.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. He needs some jungle stacks to clear out. But the supports haven't had time to really stack up, so he has to play in the lane to try to play catch up, but it's not working out well when you're 2 levels behind a Queen of Pain.
We'll have to see if it gets any better. He is going back to that jungle now. Like, he just cops one Shadow Strike and he's like, no, I've had enough of this. Meanwhile, top lane, they are trying to go onto Illidan now. DJ, they might end up dropping. The Ancient Seal is on him. They're trying to get the Surge on, but they won't get there in time. So Universe will have to let the Sand King go. Not too big of a deal, but a nice pickup from the side of Team Spirit. They do have to deny their tier 1 tower. Now this opens up the map. And Universe, with that Helm of Dominator, with that Dominated Creep and the Iron Shell, he's going to... I don't think he's going to leave the PL alone. I think he's just going to keep chasing the PL with the Dominated Creep and the Iron Shell. And just don't allow him to farm. Just keep him down as long as you can.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just shut down the PL long enough, and the Spectre right now is not pressured. None of the supports of Team Spirit are committed to that bot lane. It's only really DK Phobos, and at level 8, Envy can probably sustain a bit better now in this lane. So he's going to get something out of the lane. He's finding the farm he needs. Granted, PL is slightly ahead, but that's, you know, while committing your 2 supports who cannot help the Storm.
You can see what's happened because of it. G will actually cop that Shadow Strike, not able to dodge it. And again, he loses half his HP from a Scream. They will go in onto Abed now, but he's out of mana. There was a haste available on Abed anyway. And, well, with the Storm Spirit out of mana, does Abed know about this? Yes, he does. He goes straight for it, and the Shrine was committed. Oh my. It's one thing to lose your Storm, and then it's another thing to waste the Shrine as well. Looks like top lane though. There may be some action coming in from Team Spirit. They want to try and find a kill onto Universe. They do purge him up, but DJ goes in and now Eternal Envy's in. He finds 1 kill. They're going after more. But that'll be it. Even the gank attempt works out well for Fnatic, and they're really taking over this game now. A 6-5 and a 2k net worth lead at 11.5 minutes in. But more importantly, the tempo is all in Fnatic's control.
Yeah, it definitely is. This does not feel like Team Spirit from last game. They lost their lanes pretty hard, I'd have to say. Axe didn't really shut down Spectre as much as he should have. The Storm Spirit did not get any help from his supports, so he was bullied by the Queen of Pain. The PL struggled against Universe's Darkseer, so it's rough. It's a really rough time for Team Spirit. It's a really good start for Fnatic, and it looks like they should be set to really just start applying a lot more pressure on the map with the start they have.
No, absolutely. The net worth of EE now higher than the Storm by 1k. Mr. G just trying to get treads. He's literally only got an old talisman, a wand, and a bottle and boots. Things aren't great. They're going to try and make a gank onto Eternal Envy, it looks like, at the bot lane. I don't think that that's their real main problem. The problem is the man in the mid lane, who's now level 12. And it looks like he only has the Oblivion Staff. I thought he might have gone for the Orchid, but it doesn't look like it quite yet. He's going for Yules instead.
Yeah, he is going for the Yules. I think that's alright, especially with Skyrat, Root, and Silence. You do want at least one defensive purge item. The Yules works out well, and there's no real need for him to rush the Orchid, not with how far behind G is.
Oh, I imagine not. I suppose rather than trying to get the kill potential, just don't die from the Ancient Seal Silence. That is a smart little play, even the Purge, I suppose. Meanwhile, bot lane though. G is trying to set up a kill into Eternal Envy, but again, Envy won't mind. In mid lane, they take out the Skywrath Mage again. Universe will pick up that one, and now the tier 1 tower will ultimately go down. There's nobody there to defend it. And with that, they'll smoke up immediately and rotate down to the bot lane to try and help out Envy, who they actually weren't able to kill anyway. So again, a lot of wasted time for the side of Team Spirit. Mind you, Fnatic won't really find anyone, it looks like, unless FNG. They know exactly where he is. Oh, the courier. The courier actually scouts him out. Beautifully played from the side of the Dire, well, the Radiant, I should say. It looks like FNG will get out anyway. The False Promise should keep him alive through the Fountain Hill. And not, what? Really? John?
I'm having server issues. I was looking at spectator chat. Everyone's lagging, so it's not just me, unfortunately.
Well, FNG basically just died to Arbed in the Fountain while being under False Promise. I thought the Fountain Hill would be more than enough to keep him alive. Apparently that was not the case. Which I found rather strange, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, bot lane, Phobos. Maybe in a spot of bother. He'll be perfectly fine for the moment, though. Top lane, Illidan, he could get ganked up right now. DJ is trying to make a chase. They will throw the Bow Strike out, and now they'll just wait for him to try and juke this out. The Shrine is available, mind you. They'll just force that now. Oh, Eternal Envy wants to go. He has Haunted in. Illidan, though, man fighting this, and now the Bow Strike keeping Envy alive. They'll find that kill onto the PL, but Phobos wants to find a return kill. He does commit the core onto Universe, but that's all he has. Now the Sonic Wave, Arbed's here, and looks like the Skywrath will drop, and Phobos will be the next target. Even the Siege Creep following Phobos with the Iron Shell, and Arbed again finds himself a dominating spree. 3 heroes down for the side of Team Spirit. And Fnatic are just looking amazing this game. Absolutely fantastic. Team Spirit, not so much. They're really struggling.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, it almost feels like Team Spirit went back to how they were playing at Game 1, but not only that, Fnatic stepping up their game. They're playing much better than they did in Game 2. I'd say even better than they did in Game 1 as well. Pushing the advantage they have. They know that Storm Spirit can't do anything. They know that the Axe is underfarmed, the PL's underfarmed as well. They're just trying to apply as much pressure as possible, and it's working out for them. I feel like they should be able to take out most of the outer objectives within the next 5 to 10 minutes, and from there, it's not going to be an easy time for Illidan and G to farm anywhere. I mean, right now they're already struggling. G is really behind, trying to work on Akaya fast, but it's going to be a bit too little too late. The Storm Spirit definitely needs a couple more items, not just Akaya, to really help in these team fights.
Well, he's back into the jungle to try and farm up. It's I mean, even when you get that Kaya, it's going to be a very late one. It's going to be past 20 minutes for sure. In fact, maybe not. He is fairly close, in fact. But still, can he still have some influence as a Storm Spirit? Probably. Is it going to be enough, though? That's going to be the question. I mean, it's not like Eternal Envy's got that much farm anyway, but again, I've moved the attention towards Abed, who is the one you have to worry about. Top of the net worth by far, completely dominating this game. He's 4-0, and as it stands, nobody's gotten even close to killing him yet.
Yeah, he has not died once in this game. He is way ahead in in farm. He has his ults up, so all their control from Team Spirit, the hardest control now to really hold him down is Call, because he can ults through the silence and root. It's gonna be a rough time holding down Abed now.
It really is. Unless they can maybe find the call and then the Ancient Seal into that, but he does have the Yules anyway. Like you mentioned. Bot lane. Illidan has to be very wary of the fact that he is spotted out. But they do have an Observer Ward themselves in the Radiant jungle, so they will be aware of this. In fact, that sentry that they have there, just out of range of the Radiant Observer Ward. But the Radiant Observer Ward has expired anyway. So it won't really matter. Well, actually, Abed, is he being caught out? It looks like he had... No, it was Universe. My apologies. I thought it was Abed for a second, but it is in fact Universe that ends up going down mid lane. It's still a massive kill for the side Team Spirit. Now, they will get a massive Ancient stack. Most of this farm is going to DJ right now with the Sandstorm. Meanwhile, side of Team Spirit continue to farm. Slowly but surely. Kaya is up. Phobos has got a Blink Vanguard and is going for the Hood of Defiance. So they can do it. I mean, they can turn this around. Even Illidan right now, he's got that he's got the Diffusal Blade as well. It's just...
Yeah, they definitely have the tools. The one issue is, can they control Abed? It's really the big issue here. Can they hold down Abed long enough to finish him off? Because he has had free run on this game. He is way beyond the Storm Spirit. He can jump in and out, not feeling threatened at all with his ults. It's gonna be rough. I think Team Spirit has to try to slow down Abed and make sure their Storm can catch up. Otherwise, all the farm in the world won't do anything when you can't hold down the Queen of Pain.
Well, they're going up to G right now. The Burrow Strike is there, and again with that Epicenter and the Sonic Wave. I don't even think that Sonic Wave connected. But Universe, he'll pick up a kill for himself regardless, and again they slow down G. And I have to agree with you, again, the Queen of Pain just feels impossible to kill right now. In fact, has she got another item coming out? Looks like she just might. She's got no gold in the bank account, and yeah, there's an Orchid sitting on the courier. They are trying to push the bot lane with the PO illusions. They all pretty much are picking up Hood of Defiances as well. You can see Illidan has got one himself. Actually, mid lane, there is a team fight breaking out. Phobos will die immediately, and now Abed gonna chase for the Skywrath Mage, and it looks like he will just find him. Envy was there just in case anyway. That's another 2 dead for the side of Team Spirit. And this mid lane looks like it may just get pushed in now.
Yeah, it's going to be a really hard defense without your Axe Skywrath Mage duo. I think you depend a lot on that duo to really control the team fight. When that's taken out, yeah, I don't see what Peel, an Underformed Storm, and an Oracle can really do to stem the tide.
Just continuing the farm. Trusting that the late game will be kind to them. Although we do see Eternal Envy now with the 21-minute Radiance. Again, he did the exact same thing in game 1 with that timing. It was very similar. In fact, I think it was a bit longer than what he has it to now. So we will see the farm escalate quite a lot to Envy. And with that as well, again, Phobos is going to be unable to blink into team fights once that Haunt has been used. Because due to that Radiance, it's going to be quite painful for him. It always is, really. As well as that, the combo is pretty much ready for the side of Fnatic. Like, they've got everything they need to use that back wall Burrow Strike combo in conjunction with the Sonic Wave from Abed and the Haunt from Eternal Envy. And we've seen how heroes melt to that. I just don't think Team Spirit can fight 5v5, if ever, right now. Because they don't look... I can't imagine they catch up. to what Fnatic have. They do jump in bot lane, and Abed! A beautiful call from Phobos, and now I was just saying they weren't going to catch up, but this might do it. Highlight died. Here comes DJ though with the Epi, and Eternal Envy comes in as well. They're going to find some return kills onto Phobos, it looks like. He does blink out of there with the false promise. Will he survive this? He just may. In fact, he does.
That was close.
They want a bit more though. FNG being chased down right now. He should end up dropping to this, and he will. Eternal Envy will pick that one up for himself. But still, the kill onto Abed is a massive deal for the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah, it really is massive, and they managed to get some gold onto G as well, so he's working up to his Orchid just fine. Might go for more.
Bot lane. DJ gets caught out as well, and this is going to put Team Spirit a bit back into the game. They're just giving gold away. That was a killing spree. Given to the way of Team Spirit, and Phobos will pick that one up for himself. I mean, you can't throw kills away like this.
Yeah, definitely not. Not to a Storm Spirit, not to an Axe PL. It gets scary. I mean, it still scales.
Now Eternal Envy is in trouble. He used the Horn, and Abed comes in. Nice Cyclone. And with that, Illidan, can he juke this out? No, he cannot. So Eternal Envy looks like he was the one in trouble, but in fact, it was Illidan that was in trouble. That's a big kill for the side Fnatic, and it almost feels like they're back on top. They will go straight for that Roshan now. It does appear to be a defense coming in. Phobos, he has the Blink Core and the Blade Mail available. He's going to run in there. He finds only one in the call, and it's Universe. The Cyclone was already there as well, and they're going to go straight after him now. Mystic Flare does nothing. And with this, Phobos is dead. Those zombies just won't stop chasing. That was a really, I'm not sure if to say unfortunate call or really good positioning from Fnatic. But they were split up just enough so the call could not reach the other heroes.
Yeah, I think that was really good positioning from Fnatic. They knew the call was coming in. They just split out right before the blink came out, and the moment that DK Phobos called, Abed just used them. Yeah, it didn't do anything because he was flying up in the air. It was a bit of a waste. The Mystic Flare came out a bit late, didn't really do anything in that team fight, and no one else wanted to commit. At the very least, they only lose the Axe, but at the same time, they just give away the Aegis for free, and, you know, Axe is dead. It's going to be rough. Abed now has 2 lives.
Well, it appears that our Skywrath Mage is unfortunately having a few issues with his monitor. Apparently it's going black every second. I mean, it is questionable. But they might have to switch out the... they might have to fix this issue. It's a big issue. If your monitor keeps turning off and on every second, that's a... I mean, I don't know how he's been playing like that. But we'll see.
Probably... Do you think it has something to do with headphones, Mike? Keep going back. Headphones, huh? I mean, monitors are surprisingly durable, Mike. They are surprisingly durable. Don't ask me how I know that. But they are durable. I've tested them myself. Yeah, I've tested a really cheap Samsung monitor myself. It lasts. It's one hell of a tank. One hell of a tank, I have to say.
Hashtag not sponsored by Samsung as well.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. But you remember those old school monitors, John? The fat ones?
CRTs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those.
How great were those?
They were great. You run a magnet through them and they break. I was a kid. I remember one time I was a kid. We had our TV. It was a CRT. I was playing with magnets. I rubbed it on, and I got scolded so bad because it got discolored. I felt bad. I never got over that. It still haunts me now. That's why I'm telling this story, Mike. It traumatized me. I was scolded for running a magnet through the CRT, and I was just an innocent kid having fun with magnetism. You know, fucking magnets, how do they work? And it just got scolded. Never forgot. I never forgive. I never forget, Mike, and I rarely forgive.
Well, for all those people out there that are still using technology from the 1990s, probably fear. Please do not run magnets onto your monitors. They do discolor. and may affect the quality of your gaming experience. Otherwise, if you have a brand new monitor, from 2000 upwards, you probably don't have to worry about magnets, and you can just keep them around. They'll be fine. Thank you for that.
Well, I'd still probably not run a magnet on my monitor just to be safe. I don't know. It probably won't do anything, but I'm traumatized. Yeah, so many traumatic memories, Mike. I enjoy telling them.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, just don't touch magnets. Don't play with magnets. Just leave them alone. They're evil. Well, while we're waiting, I guess, a question was asked, liquid elimination next series or something like that. Should we find out what game we're casting next, John? Or
I can check for you right now, Mike. Right now it's Fnatic versus Team Spirit.
Thank you,
Next is Team Gaming versus Liquid.
Wait, are we casting Fnatic versus Team Spirit, John? I wasn't aware.
Oh, I'm not sure either, Mike. I just say the names.
Well, we move on. They've gotten ready and got back into it. Illidan a bit better on the farm, but as I say that, Mr. Universe does pick himself up a Crimson Guard and already has the pipe available. Some great defense for his team.
Yeah, this is not faring well for Team Spirit. Envy's really managed to escalate. He's almost got his heart up, maybe about 2,000 gold away. And once that's up, what do they really have to deal with him? Illidan right now is way too underfarmed, not even having his Manta style up just yet. Axe has stopped farming up. He's stuck on... His last edition was probably Blade Mail. Storm Spirit's trying to catch up, has the Orchid now, but it's not enough. Like, they're trying their best, but Team Spirit's playing at a pretty big deficit, 9k, 8k gold behind. And this is a lineup that doesn't really excel at playing behind.
No, it definitely isn't. That heart on the Spectre is going to be a massive issue. And Envy, he doesn't look like he wants to fight until it's up, but his team are going in. It's smoke on smoke right now. But Fnatic have the higher ground. They are going to jump in straight for the Skywrath. And now the Horn as well. They've got Ahmed, though. They can't keep him alive. He does have the Aegis. Now the Vortex, but the wall is down. And there's already 2 gone for the side of Spirit. And the rest of the Fnatic are up. Illidan, he'll be the next target. And he's gone as well. In fact, it may be a full team wipe. The only one to escape is G on that Storm. They do buy back as well on the Phantom Lancer. But Fnatic, they may go for this. I see no reason to back off, but they will do so. They're going to go for the tier 1 and 2 bot. And I did forget that those were still available to be taken. And there's no real need to rush.
Yeah, definitely so. Fnatic's lineup is much more comfy going to the game.
Envy's in a bit of trouble. We'll get out. He's pretty darn tanky. Sorry, you were saying, John?
Fnatic's definitely much more comfy going into the late game. They do have the Spectre. They have decent enough farm on Abed for him to keep escalating up. Team Spirit's definitely playing way too far behind. You saw how fast Illidan melted. He just died so fast.
It was painful to watch. It looked like he almost gave up there as well in the middle of the team fight. Kind of just sat there understanding that it's all over. He's just going to go down. Now Envy as well. He has the heart up. Yeah, when everyone's played against the Spectre this farmed, it's so... Look at this. Envy's just going to run into the rest of the team. And gotta be careful not to feed right now, but he's pretty tanky. Now they will go on to Phobos. Envy with no mana available. Abed is around the area, just making his way up, and they want to go for the team fight and maybe a tier 3. I'm kind of shocked they haven't got the tier 1 and 2, but somehow I feel like they don't really need it anyway. Phobos gets a call off. They do use the Shrine as well, but Envy is losing a bit of HP. Now the Mystic Flare as well. He's still alive through all this. The Purge is there, though. Can they take the Spectre down? Oh, the back wall again, and the DJ as well. With the stun G, he pops in, but it means nothing. He's going to drop. Now Illidan will be the next target. In fact, there's the buyback from G to come back in. He's going to try and help as best he can. Universe gets the hell out of there, but now Abed just ripping them apart, and here comes DJ with the Epi. John, I think it's all over. They just died back on the Storm, and if Fnatic know this, of course they know. They saw the buyback. They're going to go straight through mid.
Absolutely. Not just the dieback and Storm. Illidan bought back earlier as well, so he has no buyback. And I don't see Axe, Oracle, and Skyrat Mage holding this together by themselves. They need more damage. It's just not gonna work. They managed to take out Envy, but Queen of Pain can still push really fast.
It's a matter of whether they will not go for the tier 4s. They will go for the melee Raxes. Again, this combination with Universe DJ is just fantastic. They just work so well together. They're just always in sync. Now, they do back up after the melee Rax. They're going to go for a secondary. Unfortunately, for the side of Fnatic, they can't go for Megas yet because of that tier 1 and 2 at bot lane. But, nevertheless, the top tier 3 now will be the target. Of course, they will jump in. There's the Horde again as well. Envy just came back up and now he's in the base taking heroes down. He's going after Phobos, who is very low already. That Blade Mail does absolutely nothing. The False Promise is there, but if you can't heal, it means nothing. And it looks like he's just dead. Illidan, meanwhile, will come into the fray. False Promise does keep him alive, but Illidan's down as well. G, he'll be the next target. He jumps in. Phobos is trying to delay this as much as he can. But ultimately, it looks like there might be some fountain diving going on from Envy. He's at that point now where he's just way too tanky to deal with. And they just can't kill him.
Yeah, it's really hard to take care of this Spectre. With this much HP, dispersion starts to get a bit ridiculous, and they don't really have a way of breaking him. So he's just going to be standing there dealing damage, and it's really painful.
Oh, G jumps in just to clear a creep wave. Do they even need to back out, honestly? Oh, they're baiting up Phobos. He jumps in by himself. Now G comes in. Mystic Flare as well. Envy is too tanky, though. Now the back wall and DJ again. Oh. Now the Sonic Wave. I think it's all over. Phobos goes down, and that's it. G, he tries to make a run for it, but FNG's called it. He's had enough, and it will be a full team wipe anyway. Fnatic just plays so damn well this third game. And my goodness, John, I've got to tell you, they look really strong this series. And throughout the tournament, they could take this if they continue playing like this.
Absolutely. That's the one thing with Fnatic. When their game is on point, it's really impressive.